Greetings and welcomes to you all. Thank you for joining us for yet another installment of
Mondays at the Do.
Thank you so much, Bonnie. Erica Griffin and Bonnie DeShong back again here for all things Dusable Museum. Thank you again for joining in. And today we have a very, very special lineup for you. We're going to be talking about some of our upcoming public programs. Now, public programs is a way that we at the Dusable reach out to you, the constituent. So our public programs range from films to lecture series to family events and programs and even musical performances. And what do we have coming up next month, Bonnie? What's the big month?
It is Black History Month.
Yes,
so
indeed.
You do know we have a lot of programming for you to attend, both with your children and for adults also.
Absolutely. And what we're going to start with, all of you teachers that are out there tuning in and listening in, we have a very, very special lineup just for you. And I'm going to show you on our website just how you can find out about what's going on, how to get involved, how to secure your field trip, and how to engage your children. So let's go ahead and take a look right over here. So if you click on Black History Month, on our website, www.dusablemuseum.org, it will take you to the landing page. And what you encounter first is an advertisement for our Black History Live. And you can learn, explore, and experience Black History Month with our stage matinees. So the stage matinees are productions that take place in our large auditorium theater. And you'll notice the organization, the date, and then a brief description of what the program is. So we look forward to having you all there with us, explore, enjoy, and most of all, engage.
Now, Erica, may I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
For this particular program that we do, is it only for school groups, or can other people go to that part of the website and try to get in to see some of these wonderful children, youthful programming that we have?
So the programs that are listed under Black History Live here are for school groups and also for homeschool organizations. So we're targeting mostly K through 12 group visits, but that doesn't mean that we've forgotten about all of you at home that are older than school age but still young at heart, or if you're a family looking to join us on the weekends. So that brings us to our public program roster, which we'll take a look at. And within the public program roster are some of the same programs that you would find during Black History Live, which is our school group lineup. So up first, on February the 3rd, we have Evolution of African American Music, from Africa to Hip Hop. And let me tell you, this is a hands clapping, feet stomping, dancing, good time. But in addition to all that fun and music, there's also a great educational component. So again, this is great for not only school groups, but families as well. Then on February 4th is one of my particular favorites, and it is by the amazing Joan Colasso, and it's entitled Married to the Movement. Have you seen that one, Bonnie?
Oh, I have, and she's absolutely fabulous. You know, Joan does several different programs, and each one is just even better than the last. This one here is fabulous.
Absolutely. So this particular show focuses on the first ladies, the wives of some of the more famous African-American social justice advocates like Martin Luther King Jr. So definitely join us for that. Again, song, dance, but an amazing message that harkens back to the civil rights movement. Then we have up one of my other personal favorites, the Lady Moses stage program. Absolutely amazing. One of the best. Just, if you are looking for a way to celebrate Black history and understand the importance that our ancestors made in getting us on the path toward freedom, there's no better show than that. So if you're interested in learning how you can reserve, all you need to do is visit the website, www.dusablemuseum.org, and there all the information will be for you.
And make sure that you friend us and like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter, and we're even on Instagram. So make sure that you go and check out some of the things that are going on. We do live broadcasting. What is that thing? Live Facebook Live?
We do Facebook Live at our
Yes.
events? Definitely, yes, we do. So the Dusables join the 21st century, you all. we are socially active. We communicate via email, e-blasts. We actually also have a brand new app.
Yes, we
Yes,
do.
and it is another great way to engage with the museum, whether you're visiting or not. There's engagement for those that are at the museum, and also engagement for those who are viewing from home or wanting to learn about the museum before they attend. Now, I just wanted to make sure that you all were clear about how to reach us at the Dusable Museum.
Yes.
We are located at 740 East 56th Place, Chicago, Illinois, 60637. Phone number is 773-420-27. Oh, I'm giving you my phone number. Hang on, you all. Sorry, stop looking at it for a second. 773-947-0600. And we can be reached at the website at www.dusablemuseum.org. Thank you all so much for dealing with my flubs and snafus. All right. Now, go ahead.
Well, yes, because I'm going to go here. Just recently, Erica has been named our Director of Education and Volunteers. And it's a great thing because, Erica knows, as you can tell, everything about the museum, but her heart is in education. So, Erica, I'm going to have to ask you right now, just so that everyone knows, museums have education departments. Why?
You know what? That's a great question, Bonnie, and one that I actually get all of the time. How does a museum educate? So there are 3 basic tenets that all museums use or ascribe to or try to make sure that they involve during their mission. The first one is to collect objects that speak to the themes or the missions of your institution. So we at the Dusable collect objects and ephemera and archival documents that speak to African American history, that particular historical narrative, or Africans of the diaspora, the spread of we as a people across the globe. We also preserve all of those objects into perpetuity because a lot of times, these are one-of-a-kind objects, or they're worth a lot of money, or they have some very, very serious historical value. So we at the Dusable Museum do our best to make sure that we are preserving our items so that everyone can enjoy both now and in the future. And also we use these objects to educate. That is the purpose of an exhibition. The purpose of a museum is to gather up all of these items and then use them to educate. And how we do that is by creating exhibitions. So every exhibition that we have is a collection of artifacts, and these artifacts are all telling the story or the mission or the theme of the particular exhibition. So it's easy to see an object in a case. Let's say you've got a weapon from a war. But how do you make someone who is a child or even an adult understand the importance of that weapon in the historical record? Well, then you have to develop programming around it. You have to develop an exhibition around it. And you have to develop pre and post material so that school groups, when they're coming in, they understand what they're coming to see beforehand, and they understand how the teachers understand how they can engage their students in studies about that object after they've gone. So education is key.
Do you, when you're speaking of the teachers and they're bringing in their groups, does our education department kind of educate the teacher so she can educate the student before they come?
That is another excellent question. And yes, that is something that we will continue to do this year. So previously, in our education departments, we had what's called educator open houses, where we would invite out all of the CPS teachers, all of our educator constituents. They would come in and learn how they could use the exhibitions and programs of the Dusable, again, to teach to certain themes or standards to prep their children for classroom work. And that's certainly something that we're going to continue. We're looking to shift the model a little bit to make it more of a series of workshops for teachers so that they can come in not just one time for a workshop, but at least quarterly, so that they can see how they can engage as the exhibitions and the themes change at the museum.
Now, most museums, I don't know about, when you guys go to visit, but a lot of museums, especially history museums, have a look but don't touch type of atmosphere about it. So how do you, as the Director of Education, plan on making it so that, especially for the little ones who likes to touch, how to make it more of a relevant and exciting visit for them?
Absolutely. So that is definitely something that we hear all the time from teachers. I thought the program was great, but where's the engagement? And my kids want to be able to interact with these objects, or the kids say, this was boring, I need something else. And let me tell you, hands-on exploration is important. Definitely, and we at the Dusable understand that. So in addition to our tour program, we've also developed a series of workshops that do have on hands-on components. So every one of our exhibitions has a supporting classroom workshop.
Oh.
Yeah, so for instance, in our exhibition Freedom, Resistance, and the Journey Toward Equality, we have a supplemental workshop that is called From Africa to Capture to Freedom. And it basically navigates school groups through each one of those different time periods. And again, hands-on, they learn how to make corn husk dolls, just like how the young children who were enslaved during the slave era would have done. They also get to experience cotton, all of these things again, so that they are engaging and they're able to feel and touch and experience what these people who lived so long ago experienced. Do we happen to have a caller on the line?
It seems like it. Hello, caller. Welcome to Mondays at the Do. Okay, I can't hear.
Could you speak up just a bit?
I don't think that she's connected. I can hear a little bit, but I can't hear.
Let's try one more time.
Yes, now can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Hey, it's a shame. I caught a other program, and there was two young African-American boys, young men, and guess what? I asked them 3 questions. They couldn't answer them. I said, well, why don't you go to the Dusable Museum and learn? That's your nationality. Not only African-American, but I happen to be a Mexican-American, and I'll gladly go as everybody else. But can you please tell the young African-American and everybody else to please go to the museum, because you know what? You're going to learn a lot. You're not going to learn anything by playing baseball or playing in games. Please go to the museum and learn.
That is
Yes.
so wonderful. Thank you so much. And that is true. Because a lot of times, questions are answered. A lot of times people think that African American history only started at slavery. But when you come to the Dusable Museum, you'll know that it started way before slavery, and the steps that we have made so that while we are sitting right here looking at you and you're listening at us and looking at us is because of the strength of our ancestors that got us here.
Absolutely.
So when you come to the museum, not only do you learn about the enslavement part of our history, but we have wonderful artwork. We have wonderful artists and just a great, rich history.
Yes.
So I agree, caller.
Definitely. So more than just struggle, also triumph, resistance, and
Yes,
the journey toward
and
equality.
journey toward equality.
Do we have another caller? Hello, caller. Can you state your name and your question?
Hi, I'm a 6th grade teacher,
Uh-huh.
and I want to bring my class for Black History Month, and I was wondering, how do I prepare them for that?
Oh, that's a good question.
That's a great question. There are some books that I could suggest to you, dependent upon whether you want to know about Black Chicago or just Black history in general. There are some that are geared specifically for that grade level, and you can actually find some of them right in our bookstore at the Dusable Museum. And what we also are putting together now, as I mentioned, are pre-visit materials, so that before you come, you can preface your children or bring them up to speed on the basics. They know the basic vocabulary of Black history. They know the big milestone events and time periods so that when they come in, they can better engage with the exhibitions and the objects that we'll have on display. So what I would suggest to you first would be to visit the website www.dusablemuseum.org and then click on Plan a Visit. And from there, you'll be taken to our educator page where you can actually reserve your field trip, see some of the things that we do on a daily basis, and then maybe select that tour if you're interested in going that route, or one of the workshops if you're interested in a more hands-on experience, or both if you'd like to do that.
Yes. That was a
That
great
was a good question. Yeah,
great
thank
question.
you so much for calling in.
And even if you're planning your family reunion, or if you just plan on bringing your family and you want to know some of the things on how to prepare your family for it, you can go to the same place and find out, get the materials that you need as well as the information that you need when you want to bring a group into the museum. Now, education-wise, to be as an employee in an education department, do you have to have a teaching degree?
You don't necessarily have to have a teaching degree. You must have a handle or a degree in history. African American history would be nice, museum studies, or anthropology, some sort of collaboration of one of the three would be great. But what we ask that you have at the Dusable Museum is an enthusiasm for and an interest in engaging with youth and engaging them in the African American historical narrative. Now, myself personally, my undergraduate degree is in biological anthropology, which means I study human morphology and how it's changed over time, but my passion has always been to engage our youth, predominantly the black and brown youth of Chicago, in African American history and learning more about where they came from, understanding that rich history, the strength and the triumph to end up where we are today. Still going toward equality.
Exactly. Now, we have some wonderful exhibitions at the museum. Some are permanent exhibitions, which means that they'll be around for at least 5 to 7 years.
Yes.
Some are traveling exhibitions. But Erica, when an exhibition comes in, the education department takes the time to develop programming and classes around that exhibition. How does that work?
That's another really good question. So what we try to do for each exhibition that we have, whether it's temporary, traveling, or permanent, we develop 3 different programs off the top, no matter what. So we have a school group program. That will be one of our workshops. We have an adult program. And then we may have a family program as well. And then on top of all of those, we have to always engage our members, always. So we have our members preview first, members and volunteers, because they are near and dear to us, and they really are the backbone of the Dusable Museum. So in total, that's 4 different programs that we always have shaped in and around each exhibition. Sometimes we have more. Sometimes a lot more than that. But at the very least, we have those 4 for sure, and we spread them out during the run of the exhibition.
Well, see, that's a good thing, too, because all of us can learn something, and our education department is phenomenal because some of the groups we get, the school groups, are 400 strong. So you have at least 350 kids coming in, not including the teachers and the chaperones, who are coming in to learn, and our education department takes that on and makes sure that every person has a wonderful experience. And when you spoke about our members, our members are like the backbone to the museum. If you haven't become a member yet, we encourage you to become a member of the Dusable Museum so that we can keep our history alive and going. And you can do that by going to the website also and learn about all the tiers and all the great things that you'll get when you become a member. And as you said, Erica, the backbone too is volunteers. We have employees, but the volunteers is what really help us in greeting our guests, in helping out when we have events and programming and educational programming, and some even doing intake and stuff, actual administrative work. So if you would like to be a volunteer at the Dusable Museum, please go to our website and say that you would like to give to the become a volunteer. We would love to have you.
Absolutely. And as Bonnie mentioned, our volunteers are essential. I have two amazing ladies that come in every
Yes.
single Thursday.
They are
Hello, Miss
so
Marin and
sweet.
Miss Judy. I hope you're watching. And they literally process all of our memberships. They are amazing ladies, and the more people that we have that have quote unquote bought into what the Dusable is selling, that are volunteering with us, the smoother things go for us. There's no institution of our size or larger that could function without volunteer support. So if you are interested, you're just going to visit the website, click on membership and support, scroll down to volunteer, and the volunteer page comes up. All you do is print out the application, send it in or email it in, and I will be the one to get back with you. So we look forward to all of you that are interested to definitely contact us, and we do bi-monthly volunteer meetings, so that you all are abreast of what's going on and we're all on the same page. Now, if there are any more of you that want to call in, if you have any more questions before I finish out our February public programs, give us a call at that number right at the bottom of the screen, 312-738-1060. Now, I'm going to keep moving on. We do have some film screenings that are part of our public programming lineup for this February. And the first one is on February the 11th, and it is a screening of Seizing Justice, the Greensboro 4. I'm sure all of you remember that amazing case, the time period, how tense the racial relations were. We are screening that film again on the 11th. Of course, it is a completely free program, so we encourage you to visit the website, click on the link, and make sure that you reserve your ticket so that you can have a space. The following week, on the 17th of February, we will be screening another free film. This one is called Tell Them We Are Rising, the story of Black colleges and universities. And this, let me tell you, I'm sure we'll have a packed house for this event. I saw the trailer for it. It is in conjunction with Firelight Media and WTTW. Again, a free event. So make sure you join us, sign up. And Bonnie, did you attend an HBCU?
I did not. I wanted to so badly, but I did not. But all of you who did, I would encourage you, please come, because you will help with the conversation.
Yes, which there will be following
Yes,
the
to
show.
help with the conversation.
Oh, we've got yet
Another
another caller. Hello, caller. Can you state your name and your question?
Hi, my name is Pamela, and I'm calling to find out how would I go about becoming a tour guide?
That is
Ah,
a great
Docent.
question. Yes, Docent.
We need you. We
do.
really, really need you.
Yes,
Tour
indeed.
guide.
So, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, Pamela.
I have African American History Month is coming up, and I
Yes.
really would love to be able to do something.
Absolutely. So we have two levels of engagement with our tours that are given. So on one level, we have the gallery attendant. So you would have a very, very short training, and you would learn basic frequently asked questions and the highlights of one particular gallery. And then those that are interested in giving the full-length 45-minute tours, there is a 10-week training that has to be completed before you can actually give a tour. So there are those two levels of engagement. But if you are interested, you're going to do the same thing. Go to the website and click on membership and support. Scroll down to volunteer, click on it, and you're going to fill out the exact same application.
Right.
But on that application where it asks you how would you like to be involved, you would then click docent or tour guide. That's basically that'll get the ball rolling on getting you into our docent training program. And a docent, for those of you who don't know, a docent is simply a person who is unpaid and gives tours at a museum. Sometimes they function as facilitators, but mostly tours.
And you know, it's a great thing, and we could use you very much.
So thank you for that, Pamela. Definitely appreciate it. So we have enjoyed being here with you on this Monday evening. We hope that we see you at some of our public programs. We've got a great lineup for Black History Month. Remember, we have our school group programs, Black History Live, and then we have our public programs, which are films and stage matinees. So make sure that if you are interested and want to know more, www.dusablemuseum.org, or give us a call, 773-947-0600, and we'll see you next Monday on
Mondays at the Do.
Thank you, Bonnie.
See you next week.
See you next week.